speaking of cheating, there are rumors that Joe cheated on Taylor Swift. We haven't touched base on this breakup, all the developments since this happened. And, we're both big Swifties. We're going in August. But let's start from the beginning. Some big things happened, and Taylor Swift announced Speak Now, Taylor's version that is coming out on July 7th. Where do you think Speak Now, Amy, lands on, the
I can't give it a number because I have literally struggled trying to put them all in order and what I like the most, and I just cannot because they're all just for a different season. And I will say Speak Now has a very special place in my heart because it was when I was, how old was I? I don't know,
the ones that came
beginning
out
of high school,
yeah.
Like the beginning of high school-ish.
Those are important.
And so I just remember having my first little breakups and having my first little things and laying in bed listening to Haunted.
I was going to say Haunted is the best one on the album.
Yes. And Enchanted, I remember, and just laying there crying to it and screaming it and happy. And it just holds a special place in my little teenage heart. So I love it. And I'm so excited. And it was announced on the same day. The Summer I Turned Pretty announced that they're coming out. So I'm like, there's got to be something. They've got to be related in some way.
Coming out. Summer I Turned Pretty is coming out exactly a week after Speak Now, Taylor's version. And we know that basically Taylor Swift is its own character in that TV series. And that's, I believe, last time when she was doing the other Taylor's version, This Love, she did a very specific one just for the show. So I'm really excited to kind of see if any of her vault songs are going to be on the newest season. Yes. She said there's going to be 6 new songs. And and also, have you seen the pictures? People are convinced. So I'm assuming she's already, it makes sense in the timeline that she's already filmed some music videos for it. And people think there's one of her and a guy running away with records. So I think the story is going to tell her taking her music and making it people think is Taylor Lautner in the music video, her ex. So I literally have goosebumps. I kind
of got a little too.
I get so riled up about Taylor Swift. So along with Taylor Swift, some things that have been happening is obviously the breakup was announced, and then she's been seen hanging out with all of her famous friends. And as soon as we see them hang out, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, for example, they both unfollowed Joe the day after. This has happened with 5 different groups of her friends that immediately after them, she unfollows her. So there's 2 things. There's a rumor that he cheated on a co-star, or cheated on her with a co-star. And then second, that Joe is the one who leaked the breakup.
Ooh.
So question mark on that.
And do we know how long they've been broken up though? Because that's where it gets sketchy.
Yes. So without getting into the Matt Healy of things, we'll get to that next. The last time that they were seen together was in December.
Okay.
So people are.
So it couldn't have been longer than that.
January, February is when they broke up. So a few months before Midnights came out. But Midnights would have been sealed and delivered already by then. Because I know some people are saying, oh, Midnights is a breakup album. I even thought that. But with this new information, it is not a breakup album. And we still have that one coming.
Oh, I know. Juice. And then so much. That's going to be good. I love Taylor Swift, but I love Taylor Swift even more when you're going through a hard time of with a guy or something. And so that's kind of with the newer albums, I haven't 100% gotten in as deep just because that's less relatable for me in my life.
Sure.
But oh my gosh, maybe me and Jared should break up right before that comes out and then we'll get back together after. But I want to feel it.
Scandal for you getting mad again. And then
there you go.
Come back. And speaking of everyone's freaking out, all of a sudden, did you see the rumors now of who Taylor Swift is dating?
Matt Healy, right?
Yeah. So I didn't know who he was before. Did you?
1975.
Okay. Yes, he's the lead singer of 1975, and Jack Antonoff, who writes songs with both of them. You know, Jack Antonoff. He's he writes a lot of songs with her, and that's how they connected. And apparently, they are dating, but it's casual. It's not a exclusive thing. And I didn't believe any of it until he showed up at Nashville Eras tour right after it happened, and then a video came out. So the night that Matt Healy was at the Nashville Eras tour, Taylor Swift is seen mouthing something. Cardigan is about to play from Folklore. We need to make Amy a Folklore girly because
I love Cardigan.
Okay,
I know that one.
So Cardigan, you seen mouthing on the screen of this song is about you. You know who you are. I love you. Interesting, right? Couple days before, Matt Healy is seen at his show mouthing the exact same thing before a song. So that's when my antennas came up because I was like, wait, Folklore, her and Joe were still together. How is this possible? And then I started rethinking everything I knew and I figured it out. I did some digging.
Okay, help,
Yeah,
because I need.
because Folklore, she's been really open. It's more about imagination and storytelling. Maybe sometimes it has
Mhm.
nothing to do with her life. But I listened to Cardigan again, just with fresher eyes, with this knowing, and it's talking about a past relationship. And
Okay, and they used to date?
I didn't know this, but they used to date briefly, very briefly. It hasn't been confirmed, but like
Yeah.
what
They're, like, seen around.
couples are never confirmed, and you just like know because they were. But in 2016, they dated briefly.
So Evan, our brother, though, says that he just thinks that they're all, like, been really good friends for a long time, and even if they both did the same thing, that it's just, like a friendship I love you.
Okay, interesting. But I don't know. It seems like passionate lyrics. I don't know. I mean, people there is that plays devil's advocate. People are thinking it could be like a bit, or like he's going to be on maybe like one of the Speak Now Vault songs, and they're like,
Which I would love. I love
well,
1975. Have
okay.
you
I'm
ever,
not like a fan.
list
Like I probably would like maybe recognize one of their top hits if I read.
I I don't want your body, but I hate to think about you with somebody
Wait,
else.
I'm not so sure. I thought at first maybe, but then he lost.
Okay, you need to look everybody needs to look up Somebody Else by 1975. That's, like, my favorite.
Okay,
I
I'll
love
look it
that
up.
song.
Well, kind of just basically Matt Healy being problematic. I don't know if you know much about him individually. Samantha Bush, or she's at Bravo Historian on Instagram, um, kind of was saying why Matt Healy is problematic and we shouldn't be kind of shipping. Why are people forgetting Matt Healy literally did the Nazi salute? And also, in the same month, he did the Hitler salute, and he also posted a list of Jews on his Instagram, Truman Black. This made many Jewish people uncomfortable as it was reminiscent of what the Nazis made list of Jews. And then in
That's
February
weird.
of this year, Maddie appeared on a podcast where his friend and the host laughed as they made racist comments. So it definitely is like Taylor Swift's judgment, like what? But she is like going through a breakup. He's maybe a rebound guy. And
Maybe like a
sometimes
bad boy, you
the
know?
worst guys are the rebound guys. Sometimes you have to choose the worst ones and just use them and throw them away afterwards.
Yeah, because it can be better because then you can kinda justify it to
Right?
yourself.
I mean, I'm trying to think also Taylor Swift's track record, like John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal, all pieces of
Oh,
crap.
speaking of John Mayer, poor guy. Well, not even poor guy because he probably deserves it, but he's about to get the rain of hell fired down on
Yes.
him.
In case you guys don't know, Red was Jake Gyllenhaal's album. And Speak Now is John Mayer's album, the time that she dated him, the infamous song Dear John. And funny that you say that, I took some screenshots. There's over 12,000 comments on John Mayer's latest Instagram post, all from Swifties. Let me give you some examples. You would have, could have, should have left Miss Swift alone. It's your turn, Mr. John. And another person's like, knock, knock. And the other person's like, she was 19. You should have known. You should have known. You're going to need a getaway car. July 7th, bunch of hearts. If I were you, I'd be hiding myself for the rest of the year. You are an expert at sorry. Like people are doing Taylor Swift lyrics.
That's
If
funny.
you message Jake, he might have some pointers for hiding in public for the next few months.
Did Jake Gyllenhaal ever actually, like, respond to
I wish
anything?
he did.
I mean, you probably
Oh, but
just
one
can't.
in one of the best things ever. Watch What Happens Live. You should really watch it. It's iconic. And Maggie Gyllenhaal was on one
Mhm.
time, and I don't remember who else was on or what they were asking, but they asked her, who was your favorite Taylor Swift ex? And then I think they straight up asked her if she has a scarf because the All Too Well is like left your
Yeah.
scarf at your sister's house, which is Maggie.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
don't remember specifics actually now that I'm talking about it, so we can maybe cut that out, or if you guys want to go look. But Maggie Gyllenhaal, Watch What Happens Live if we keep it.
Yeah, I say let's go look.
So I mean, they're just having way too much fun in the comments, and I love it. I love it. Like it's just very. It's not like
It's
hating.
so in the past.
I feel like it's funny. Like it's not mean.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So that is your Taylor Swift deep dive. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I love talking about it.